guys, welcome to episode 4 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 20. Thank you again for your continued support on the series on the channel. Do make sure you drop the video a like today as well. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're new watching here and want to make sure you don't miss any videos. We're going to take on board your feedback again today, and we have a couple of scout reports we can look at for the England and Germany scouting missions. I've also managed to sign another 5-star scout, and the most popular option with regards a country to scout was the Ivory Coast. Obviously Chelsea had Didier Drogba as now an in FIFA 20 icon as well. Fantastic player for Chelsea over the years. Obviously Salomon Kalou was at Chelsea as well, also from the Ivory Coast. So we'll try the Ivory Coast for this season, as well as Germany and England. We do have a couple of scout reports to check for both of those countries as well, and also we can have a catch up on the young German star that we signed in the last episode. Today we will find ourselves playing Watford away. We'll also play Juventus again. Obviously we did very well against them in yesterday's episode, so the chance to kick on, and if we can get a point at least against Juventus here and then win against Young Boys at the end of the month, I'd say that's us through the Champions League group stage. We've also got a home game against Palace to sim, and then we'll play against Manchester City, obviously ensuring that they start their strongest possible 11, and maybe that might kickstart their season if they get into the habit of playing their starting players rather than their 60 rated players. But we'll have a quick look at the Youth Academy and see who's coming in. We've obviously got Frank Vandenberg. He's gone up from 61 to 62 since we signed him, and growing really nicely. Slide tackle now into the yellow stats. He's going to grow really, really well. I'm looking forward to seeing how far he can go with the club. I am going to be offering around a few extra contracts to players in the club. We've got a number of players that are running low on contracts that I need to ensure we get signed up to secure their future, including Callum Hudson-Odoi. In real life, he's just recently signed a new 5-year deal worth a reported £180,000 a week. Wow, that's a lot of money. I'm going to wait for a bit on Elfie. He's not that high rated currently, but he's only 15. We'll wait for that potential window to narrow, and we'll see if perhaps we could have a look at him. Having a look at Germany, that's a no. This could be a possible yes. 15 years of age, £110,000 valuation, 74 to 94. We'll say yes to him. No. Obviously, some are going to be 70 something to 90 something. If they're 15 and high valued, then they're definitely worth signing. If they're 17 and high valued, or 17 and mid valued, it's probably not worth it. But this guy's 16 and mid valued, so I'm going to say yes to him for the time being. We'll say no to you, and also no to you. But we look like we might be getting some decent options from these youth scouts now. Albert Schulte, 74 sprint speed, 78 strength, good physicals to start off with. Perhaps would like some more acceleration, but that might come with time. He's 6'1" as well, which is good. His finishing's low though, which is frustrating. See, he's a centre forward, but his tackling is better than his finishing. I'm going to actually report that on the Game Changers program to the devs and see if they can have a look at that and see if there's a reason why strikers are coming out with better tackling than striking. As a centre back, Marcus Bergman looks like he's got pretty decent physicals already, and then his technicals are certainly getting there. See, he's 16 as a centre back and has better finishing than the centre forward. Let me actually take a quick screenshot of this and then a screenshot of this, and then I can send that to EA and hopefully something can be done about it. But for the time being, we're going to now jump into this game away from home against Watford. I might give someone else a starter striker if Tammy's not 100% fully fit. We might try Olivier Giroud just for this one game and see if he can have an impact into the starting lineup. You guys recommend moving on Baba Rahman, Zappacosta, Bakayoko and Kennedy and Piazzon, because obviously they're in real life being loaned out, and in this save, in early access at least, the squads aren't fully updated. What I've done is added them to the loan list, so rather than sell them, I'll realistically try and loan them out so that we get them back to then sell them in at a future date. And I think the general consensus is to not sell anyone in January, because we're not going to be able to guarantee how much of the money will go through to next season. So anyone we want to sell will sell permanently next season. But I am open to loaning players out this season just to ensure we get a few more players out. But those of you that were asking how to manually select the opposition's starting 11, because some of you have been having the same issues as me with regards the starting 11. Basically, when you get to this screen as you're going into a game, turn on a second controller. You can see there, select your opposition, and then obviously go through, select the kits. And then when you go to the team management, you can then select your opposition's starting 11. Once you've done that, you've selected their 11, you come back out, and you have to go past this screen. You have to click play match, wait for the training module to load whilst you're on your way to the game, then turn the second controller off, and then when you get into the game, you're only playing as your team. That's how you do it, for those that were asking. I know it's been a fairly regular request. Even last year when I was doing it on FIFA 19, people were asking how to do it. I'm trying to select Sema here. There we go. We'll put Pereira on the left. Capu is certainly not a right-sided midfielder. Put Kike Femenia at right back. And Falk is... some very strange decisions being made. Craig Cathcart and Mariapple, put Cathcart and Cabasele. Holovas at left back makes sense. Ben Foster in goal makes sense. That will be Watford's starting lineup. Right then, forwards to play match, and then once this screen has faded to black, you can then press and hold, turn off the controller, and you're now only in control of your team. That's how you do it. Capu to take the free kick. He's just dinked it in. One well by Christensen, but his Decore. Oh, Reece James cuts that up nicely. Needed to make that interception. So there was a man waiting. Kante works that forward nicely to Giroud as well, and we could get them on the counter-attack here. Hudson-Odoi is on his bike and away. Played in behind beautifully. Looking to get away from Kiko Femenia, who's no slouch in a straight line. And trying to fight hard in the physical battle as well as the pace battle. Here's Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Short there is Mason Mount into Giroud. Get it on his left. Spin well. Couldn't quite get a clean strike on it though. There's my first chance. We might have a second here because they've thrown it straight back to me. Giroud again. On target again. But again, easy enough for Ben Foster. Oh, they're still determined to play it short from the back. And still, they're losing possession by doing so. Here's Olivier Giroud. Go that into Mason Mount. I've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the overlap here on his left foot. Oh, what a strike. We lead. Ruben Loftus-Cheek has been superb since coming into the starting lineup. Huh. Love that. That's going to be great for a thumbnail. Watford 0, Chelsea 1. And you have to say, they've done that to themselves. But the assist from Mason Mount, delightful little back heel. Superbly done. And the finish, take nothing away from that either. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is in great form. Chelsea 1, Watford 0. Here's Deeney. Through the gap there to Capu, and he finds Andre Gray. Pereira on the overlap. Cross could come in. It's blocked well by Tamori, and we'll just get rid of that. That clearance wasn't the best. Took a deflection. Oh, and neither was Pulisic's clearance either. That's deflected. Keeper will come. He's come and not got there, Kepa. Pereira, have a word with yourself. I am not conceding a goal like that. Thank you very much, young man. Get that in there to Hudson-Odoi. Twist and turn. I need Pulisic to get away from the defender. He has gone now and committed to that run, and Reece James will play him in over the top, and he should get to this Christian Pulisic, and will do, and turn the defender as well. How's your delivery? Not bad. Cathcart with the header away. End-to-end stuff right now since we've taken the lead, but Watford yet to find the opportunity to come to try and get themselves an equaliser. We've dealt with everything defensively to this point, although Roberto Pereira has been very difficult to deal with on this left-hand side. And Deeney plays him in here, and he's turned nicely, and Troy Deeney looks to find him again. Good save by Kepa, and Christensen recovers well. Watford playing well here, but thus far, no equaliser for them. Pereira through the gap nicely to Holovas. Cross is good, Christensen's there. They have relied on crosses from that left-hand side a lot in this first half. Watford, you can see there that Mason Mount is holding his shoulder. He's hurt. I am going to take him off at half-time, actually, just to ensure we don't further injure him. We already lost him for a period already this season, for a few weeks, where Ruben Loftus-Cheek had to draft in at Cam, where he played very well indeed, and he's certainly continued that form, playing slightly deeper. Mount is actually on a yellow card as well. His injury symbol has gone now, but I will take him off just as a precaution. We'll bring on Jorginho. We'll see what we can do in this second half. Playing well, though, in the first 45, and deserving of the lead, I think. Rhys James in there to Loftus-Cheek. Corner to Kante. Hudson-Odoi making the break down the right. We'll try the... Oh, Blurb spin. It very nearly works. Thankfully, he has the strength there to hold the defender off. Oh, trying to squeeze that through with Loftus-Cheek, looking for Pulisic, but can't get it to him. Andre Gray has the option on the right-hand side there, actually. I see him racing away. Thankfully, he's not been able to find him there, Andre Gray, but he has found Pereira instead. Rhys James defending well. Hopefully... hang on a minute. Good save, Kepa. Hopefully, we'll see improved performances from Rhys James as he continues to grow. They're bringing on Gerard Deulofeu off the bench now, replacing pace for pace. Andre Gray going off and Deulofeu coming on, but Deulofeu is probably going to be better on the ball than Andre Gray as Kabasele heads wide there. Kante. Slightly fortunate there with the way the ball rebounded. Lovely take by Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I've noticed that quite a bit actually whilst playing FIFA 20 so far. There are a number of new animations for players taking control of the ball, players falling over. There's just in general a number of new animations that look really smooth. The gameplay this year is superb, which was the main downfall of FIFA 19. Just need to get the off the field things sorted for career mode, and we should have a really, really good year for career mode. I'm hoping that there will be a number of improvements to the issues that we're having with career mode with the first patch, and I believe that is the case. What those improvements are, I'm not sure, but there are some fixes coming for career mode in patch number 1. I'm just not entirely too sure yet, or haven't had any confirmation yet as to what those fixes are, but fixes are on the way, which is good news, in the first patch as well. But not sure yet when that patch will come out or what it entails, but been told that there are career mode fixes, a number of career mode fixes coming in patch number 1. We have, however, gotten ourselves a nice 1-0 victory there against Watford. Hard fought as well. I don't think we'll bother with the post-match interview on this occasion. Wasn't the most exciting of games to warrant going and having a massive post-match interview, but up next for us will be Juventus in the Champions League for the second time in 2 episodes. This one's going to be very important. Win this and we should top the group. Had some players come and talk to me, 3 of which are the ones that we've put on loan, and they seem to agree that them going out on loan is the right thing. So that's good to know. Glad we're aligned, we'll say to Baba Rahman as well. Pulisic saying, I really appreciate you listening to me and letting me get out there and play while I'm in form. I'm just going to say keep it up. Pulisic's been decent for me so far. Not excelling. I don't think anyone other than Tammy and Ruben Loftus-Cheek are really excelling in the team so far this season. But everyone is doing a very solid job. And if everyone continues to grow, then we should have a really good season. Let me put Tomori and Rhys James in for the next training simulation, and we will go and play Juventus next, and I would imagine there'll be another pre-game press conference. We've had a loan offer for Davide Zappacosta on the approach to the game against Juventus from Juventus. They want to loan Zappacosta for a year, which I will accept. Hopefully that, well, no, we can't because we're on the day now. I was going to say, hopefully that doesn't go through before we play Juve. It's not going to. We will attend this pre-match press conference though. We'll get some questions. Try and... I like the fact that the voices in the interviews prior to, obviously there's no audio for the questions themselves, etc. Will you defeat the lads have what it takes? What I say. I like the fact that like we're playing away from home against Juventus, so the reporter in the room spoke in Italian, and I'm doing a career mode on stream as well, and we're doing that in Germany, and the reporter in the room spoke German as well. Just little touches. Does your team have what it takes to score more goals today? A win is a win, basically. It doesn't matter whether it's by a lot or not. Goal difference isn't going to be important in the Champions League group stage. It's purely just getting the victory. Do you hope to bring stability to the team's performances? We have been up and down, but the players will certainly improve soon. We're not doing too bad though. We are having a decent season. We've lost... Grazie a tutti. We'll have to wait and see if we can get victory here against Juventus. But as far as I'm concerned, we're having a really solid season so far, considering I'm playing like 73 and 74 rated defenders and 76, 75, 77 rated attackers, as well as Loftus-Cheek not being world class really yet in the midfield as well. We're having a really, really good year. The team isn't that strong. The starting 11 is not that strong rating wise, but performance wise, we've been doing really well. Juventus' starting lineup is very similar to that they played in the previous game against us. The only change is that Ramsey starts in midfield rather than Adrien Rabiot. Outside of that, same starting 11. Hopefully, same result. Douglas Costa down the left-hand side at pace. Azpilicueta into the starting lineup for this one, as well as Antonio Rudiger as well. Just wanted to get a little bit more quality into this starting lineup for a game of this magnitude. Aspi certainly started off well there by putting in the tackle on Douglas Costa, and again he's quite literally just disappeared up the field before we actually definitively had possession back, which is slightly frustrating. Win that please, Marcus. Oh, I mean, I thought he was just going to head it, but I'll take a clearance as long as it's successful any way you like. Dybala with a fancy first touch. Danilo could drive inside here, and they played a nice 1-2 with Dybala at 1-2-3. Dybala in the box on his right. Ronaldo! That's wide. Close for Cristiano, but no cigar. Loftus-Cheek. Juventus drift from side to side of the pitch as a team. They're one unit when they defend, and it's really difficult to break down. I'm trying to shift the ball from side to side quickly if I can to try and work some space. Mason Mount has found a little bit here, but Matthijs de Ligt is too good of a defender to allow me to enjoy that space for too long. I don't want to drag too many players out of position myself to allow Juve the opportunity to get in behind, but it's been a real end-to-end tie so far, and this is where Aspi's lack of pace, unfortunately, is the one weak area of his game right now. It's a decent delivery, but Alonso gets rid of it, and Hudson-Odoi will complete the clearance, and now we're going up the other end again. It really is end-to-end here, and Kante commits the defender, and Pulisic is in behind. Chiellini with me. Easier said than done to get past him, as proven there by the experienced Italian. I said it's end-to-end. In this highlight, we've been at either end of the field twice in the space of 5 or 6 in-game minutes. Douglas Costa again. Another brilliant delivery in. Dybala gets up and the keeper just looks at it. It's in at the near post. Paulo Dybala makes it Juve 1, Chelsea 0. And I am asking questions of Kepa Arrizabalaga. The header is good, but he's got to do better. Why he hasn't reacted there at all, I've no idea. It's literally right in front of you, Kepa. Dive for it, pal. Kante driving into the space. Midfield 3 are so tight and compact that it's really difficult to break through them, to be fair. Just to try and find the right ball in behind, and we'll wrong foot Matthijs de Ligt. He recovers brilliantly. Mason Mount's effort blocked well. Rudiger versus Ronaldo. It's the German that comes out on top on that occasion. Loftus-Cheek in there nicely to Mason Mount. Tammy. We send the defender the wrong way. Bit of space. Oh, De Ligt there, but it's fallen back to Tammy. And he's kicked it against De Ligt again. Struggling against their backline here. Juve, the better and more effective team so far. Douglas Costa drops the shoulder. Driving inside and back there. Alexandro, Douglas Costa again. Aspi committing and being left well and truly flat on the floor. Douglas Costa is tormenting Azpilicueta in this game so far. It initially looked like Aspi was going to get the better of him, but Douglas Costa has learnt how I play with Aspi and has adjusted accordingly. It just destroys me with him every time. Now, Ronaldo cross here to Ramsey. Oh, tried to outmuscle him, but couldn't. Just bounced off him. Tried to give him a nudge there and stick a foot in, but Aaron Ramsey has scored here for Juventus against Chelsea. It's Christensen that comes across. I don't know how he's done that, to be fair. Step in, and he's just... Yeah, I'm not sure. But we're 2-0 down now. Short across to Kante. And to Loftus-Cheek again. Lovely little turn. Tammy's there, just found past the legs of the defender, and I think Ruben was offside here. We'll hit it early. He's buried it nicely, but the keeper didn't even try because Ruben Loftus-Cheek was offside, and by quite a way too. Kante Forward to Michi. Send Pulisic in behind. Alexandro is the man that's with me, so he's going to cope with the pace. Pulisic finds Michi back away though, and he's dropped the shoulder well here. Michi, we could get in to have an effort. Very well struck, very well saved. Barkley might be able to keep that in, and he has done well. Deliver the ball in. It's a great cross. Kante with the overhead. Oh, if that had gone in, N'Golo Kante, I've never seen him even try an overhead kick, let alone actually pull one off, especially with his weak foot. Matthijs de Ligt was very quick to get out of the way of that. And if Pulisic had committed at the back post, I'm not sure if he'd have gotten to it. Still 2-0 down, 15 to go. Inside there to Emre Can. And Cristiano through the gap nicely. Bentancur, they're pulling my defence this way and that, but Dybala takes too long to take his effort. Certainly would have scored if he'd have shot early doors. But he delayed slightly, and that let me get back with the defender. A mistake from Douglas Costa there. If we can score on the counter, we might end up with a nervy few final minutes here. No, Alexandro diving in. I was trying to power up to get that across to Ross Barkley in the middle. And unfortunately, again, just taking too much time to do the action. Emre Can over the top. Lovely ball. Costa should keep that in. And will. Oh, an early first-time ball, but that's well away from everyone. We are going to lose away from home against Juventus here. We were hoping that we'd win, so that would put us almost certainly through to the knockout stages of this competition. But as it stands, we're probably going to be third in the group. So I would imagine Valencia will beat Young Boys, and that win will certainly move Juventus above us. It's going to be a really, really interesting one. We'll go to the post-match interview, but it's frustrating. That's what I expected from the game yesterday against Juventus. But they've just returned the favour. It's on me, basically. Montecalcio, Andreas Christensen. What does today's performance mean for Christensen? Ups and downs. It wasn't necessarily that bad. Do you think certain changes or different approach altogether could have helped avoid defeat? I'm not sure. I mean, we played the same way that we did in the first game and got a victory. So what led to the loss? I don't have an explanation. It's not really I wouldn't have said that was negatively on this, would have reflected negatively on the side. Just I don't have an explanation other than they were better than us. I guess that would be the explanation. What I just. Kovacic is happy for being put back in the club, back in the side. I mean, you didn't play. I bought on Jorginho and Kovacic. Maybe he's just happy to be in the squad. Not sure yet. Aston Villa, I mean, I get the fact that Man City being bottom of the table is abnormal, but we know the cause of that. They're playing 60-odd rated players. Aston Villa aren't playing 60-odd rated players. They're just playing their best possible 11. How are Aston Villa 9 wins from 11 and top of the table by 10 points in November? What is going on? Aston Villa absolutely flying at this stage of the season. The players leaving on international duty. A loan offer for Bakayoko from Real Madrid. We'll accept that. Thank you. Goodbye, Timu Bakayoko. Hopefully that will be agreed. And I do need to offer some players new contracts as well. We shall simulate this game against Crystal Palace at home. So I'd like to think we'll get a victory from. Oh, and indeed we have quite a resounding one as well. Tammy, Mason, Loftus-Cheek and Kante on the score sheet. Solid 4-0 victory there. Now, the next game for us was the final played one of the episode, I believe. Yes, Manchester City away from home. Then we'll sim Young Boys at home. I'll quickly show you, though, the amount of players that were on less than a year on their contract. I've got a lot of contract offering to do. I'm going to go and do that now before we get to the game against City. And I'll see you pre-game. Headed to the press conference before the Manchester City game. Zappacosta and Bakayoko have gone out on loan. Those moves are now confirmed. I've also offered new contracts to a number of new players. What's your comment on the speculation that Willian... I mean, he did sign a new contract. Pretty sure Willian did sign a new contract. Rudiger's in good form. We see him play today. Say rotation is key. And Manchester City bottom of the league. Man City's league position is irrelevant, I think is the best way to phrase that. That's the end of that press conference. I'm pretty sure Willian did sign a new contract with me. I will just double check. He did. Willy Caballero did sign a new contract. It's just that it was only a year. So it still says 8 months. But we're not too bothered about losing him. But yeah, Willian definitely did sign a new contract with me. I don't know what it's thinking there. Where are you, Willian? Signed a new extra 2 years to his contract. Odd. Anyway, Manchester City coming up next. Edison in goal for Man City. Cancelo, Fernandinho at centre-back, Stones and Mendy as the back four. I actually didn't have to make that many changes to this starting lineup. The only changes I made were taking Jesus out and putting Aguero in. Foden was on the right instead of Sterling. And I put Fernandinho at centre-back ahead of Otamendi. Other than that, they were starting a very strong 11. So I hope that that signals a sign that City might actually start to improve with their overall results and start to haul themselves up the table. We'll wait and see. Unless they've somehow been playing this level of side and just failing miserably. But I doubt that. This is going to be a difficult game. Kante. Cross there to Reece James. Pulisic rather reluctant to get in behind, but when we do play him, Benjamin Mendy won't be able to cope with the pace of the American, and he's gotten away here. Just need to find a teammate. Here's Mason Mount. Oh, that first touch, Mason. Oh, dearie me. That should be 1-0. He should take that in his stride perfectly fine and bury that in the bottom corner. Have a long, hard look at yourself, Mason Mount. That was disgusting. Since Sunday League players with better first touches than that. Leroy Sané. Ah, I've chopped him horribly late there. It'll be just a yellow for Reece, but deserving of that yellow card. Oh, I timed that horribly wrong. Kevin De Bruyne to deliver the ball into the box. He does. It's Reece James that gets the ball away. Sterling back there. Just pressed clear the ball there, and Tomori threw himself at the ground. Tammy mistimes the tackle. Fernandinho finds the ball through to Sterling. De Bruyne looking for Sterling again, but Andreas Christensen steps in. Dangerous start to the game. Actually, if I play this right over the top, I could send Hudson-Odoi away. Get lucky that it fell to him anyway, but we'll look for him again. Not going to fall to him kindly on this occasion. Pedro Aguero. Lovely ball over the top. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ref, please don't. No, Reece James sent off. Oh, no. We're down to 10 men at the Etihad. Oh, I just mistimed it trying to take the ball away from Sané. He's destroyed me. Right. That changes our outlook on the game. I'm going to have to make some tactical changes sooner rather than later. Get rid of that, please, Andreas. Thank you. I don't know what tactical changes to make. I might have to take Mason Mount off at cam and bring in an extra defender, or maybe switch to a 3-back. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. We'll just get rid of that now, though. Tammy could be away here. Oh, I missed. Delayed with the pass and didn't play it when I needed to. Didn't show the reactions I needed to. Here's Raheem Sterling towards the back post. Kepa tips away. Joao Cancelo with the overhead. And he somehow gets to it again as Pulisic's filling in at right back for the time being. I will make that defensive change next time the ball goes out. Alonso. No! Oh, jeeps! Tomori! Don't do that to me. I thought he was just going to flick that straight to the back of the net. Aspie can come on. And Reece James will move into that camera, or the now absent Reece James will move into that camera. So now we're playing a 4-2-2-1 rather than a 4-2-3-1. In theory now, we should still be just as solid defensively. We just won't be as good going the other way. Hopefully. Hell of a hit from De Bruyne. They're very nearly left then taking the lead via Tomori's deflection. Lovely ball by Cancelo over the top. Sterling in behind. Might take the lead before the end of the half. Good save by Kepa. Brilliant ball by Sterling to pick out Sané at the back post, but Kepa reacted very well indeed. Certainly better than he did to Dybala's header. Sané couldn't have hit that harder, but it was kind of straight at the keeper. Knocked him off his feet. He struck it that well. Bernardo Silva with the delivery. Drilled towards the near post. Aspie and Aguero up. Aspie away. Looked like he was hurt there. Went down holding his head. Bernardo Silva to deliver again. This time, whips further towards the back post. Christensen away. Will look like we're going to survive the first half, or am I perhaps getting carried away? No, De Bruyne fires wide. 0-0 at the break, but now we've still got another 45 minutes with 10 men. Forward to Aguero. It's gone back to Bernardo Silva. I was expecting him to go the other way. Tomori sticks a foot in. Pulisic can't slow himself down quickly enough to take control of the loose ball. And Rodri has the opportunity to play the ball. Oh, where's Phil Foden come from? Good save by Kepa. Sané fluffs his lines. Open goal in front of him. It was still difficult. Pep furious. They're making a change. Sterling going off and Mahrez coming on. Phil Foden is involved in that move. He's come on for City as well. Off the bench. 2 changes so far, I think, for City. Just those 2. Wait and see if either of those 2 players can make the impact for City to give them the lead against 10 men Chelsea. Oh, play on! Oh, I just shrugged the defender off. Play on, please. Here comes Gabriel Jesus for Aguero. That's their 3rd change. Can't to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Of a bit of space here. Ah. Won't be doing that again. Christensen. Forward there to Loftus-Cheek. Kante could go back to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And they've looked for Gabriel Jesus. This is a straight foot race between Christensen and Gabriel Jesus. Then it turns into a battle for strength. That's something that evidently Gabriel Jesus is not going to win. Kante will go short to Tammy. Loftus-Cheek coming forward. Caught by Bernardo Silva. Game's getting stretched now in these final 20 minutes or so. I need to not draw Christensen too far out of position though, otherwise I'll get caught at the back with the space. Early whip. Leave that. Oh, I don't know if he actually touched that. Did he, Dave? Yeah, he did. I asked him to leave it, and he still swung a leg at it wildly. Bernardo Silva with the corner for Manchester City. 18 minutes to go. It's a poor one. Pulisic gets rid of it. So far, we're holding on well enough to our 0-0 scoreline. We might just get a point here at the Etihad. Sané. Oh, Marcus Alonso away. Rodri across here to Joao Cancelo. I'd have been tempted to hit that first time. He skips past one challenge, trying to tackle him without fouling him, and he's giving it straight to Kante. Kante! Run, boy! Okay, he's run out of room. Oh, Kante, nice turn. And still going. And look at the run on the left. Christian Pulisic, he's itching to get forward as well, driving towards the central area. Tammy's just inside. He's Ruben Loftus-Cheek, looking for... No! Callum Hudson-Odoi. Cleared away and kept in play beautifully by Riyad Mahrez as well. 10 to go. Still 0-0. Here's Jesus. Mahrez. Playing it back nicely. I don't know which way to go here. Mahrez. Foden. Looking for Jesus. Was he onside? The linesman says yes. City take the lead with 5 minutes to go. They're going to get the win now. That's really frustrating. We battled so hard for so long, but right at the death, Jesus just gets away from Tomori at the near post, and then he's able to just swivel on it and tuck it home first time. It's a good finish. Thought he might just have been offside. Evidently that was not the case. I made 2 changes, but the goal went in before those changes could be made. Kovacic has come on, Willian has come on, but they're barely going to have time now to make any sort of impact whatsoever. We're going to lose at the Etihad despite battling bravely with 10 men for the majority of the game, really. Half an hour is when Reece James went off. 2/3 of the game we've played a man down. Fair play. Oh, they might even make it 2 yet. No, we'll get rid of that. There's the final whistle. Defeat against City. Only their 2nd win of the league season, I believe. Still got the game against Young Boys to play yet. I only had 1 shot all game. I definitely didn't deserve to win that, but I felt like we battled hard enough to earn a draw. We very nearly got it. We very nearly got it.
Just a couple of questions.
Would giving Rudiger a chance to play help the team win today? He can prove me wrong, we'll say that. I don't think Rudiger should have been. Unfortunately, a few teams, City scored the winner late on. How come? They were the better team. Can't deny that, can I? Stats said everything. What's the score reflection of the door? I'll say not so much. I want to say not at all because they did dominate when they had the extra man, but certainly we could have done, or I felt that we did do enough to earn a draw. We're 3rd in the group now behind Valencia. We're going to need to win against Young Boys in this 3rd and final game. I've added the extra training module now for Pulisic and Mason Mount. So we're training all of our young English kids and the young American as well. And we should get a victory here at home against Young Boys with our first team. It should be a very straightforward victory as well, although they have drawn against Juventus and drawn against us earlier in the group stage as well. But victory for us against Young Boys means that we should be in a better position come the final game of the group stage against Valencia. I think drawing against Valencia, well, it depends what happens actually between Valencia and Juventus, but I think drawing against Valencia should be enough to keep us in that competition. We've got a game in hand in the Premier League, so we could go as high as 5th if we win that game in hand. Aston Villa, they've had a downturn in form. They've won 9 of 11. They've since only gained 2 draws, and Spurs have closed the gap right up, although they can extend the gap with that game in hand that they have there, Aston Villa, although it's away from home against Man United, so maybe they won't. How quickly a 10-point gap can change. Manchester City, not off the bottom of the table yet, but certainly will be soon if they continue to play the level of team that they played against me. We are second in the group now, so it will be winner takes all between ourselves and Valencia, but a draw will be enough, and that game will be played in the next episode. We have a very busy month of December. We will be splitting December into 2. We've got West Ham at home, City in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, Everton, Bournemouth, Valencia. We've got 9 games currently in the month of December. Yeah, that's going to be a very busy month indeed. That'll do for today's episode though. Thank you very much for watching. Do drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on more. You can see that I've got an extra save. That's going to be on stream later this afternoon. So do come across and join me on Mixer. Link in the description down below. Make sure you subscribe here though, more so than anything else. And then follow me on all social media, etc, etc, etc. Plug, plug, plug. I'll see you tomorrow.